Hello everybody, welcome to the program 5 of Campus TV in English. I'm Helen from 5A.
And I'm Cherry from 5A. Well, I guess since Chinese New Year is a few weeks away, we are going to talk about it.
Do you know the origins of Chinese New Year?
It started to celebrate the coming of spring, and when farmers would start planting for the new growing seasons.
Okay, let's back to the present day. What is your favorite Chinese New Year tradition?
Oh, that's easy. So let me explain what is tradition. There are customs passed by from generation to generation. And for me, I like getting red packets. This is my favorite Chinese New Year tradition.
Lucky money is great if you receive it. What about Chinese New Year favorite food?
Well, I like to eat longevity noodles for health and a long life.
Eating fish is popular too at Chinese New Year. Fish in Chinese sounds like the word for abundance or surplus, meaning we will have more in the coming year. There is a popular saying in Chinese associated with eating fish, 年年有余, may you always have more than you need.
Dumplings are another popular dish as they bring luck at Chinese New Year. Also, spring rolls is popular too, and because it looks like gold bar. And there is a popular saying in China associated with spring rolls, 黄金万两, a wish for prosperity.
Okay, let's watch a short clip about Chinese New Year.
Another year of good fortune is beginning in China. Fireworks pop high in the sky. Dragons dance in the streets. And the city slows down to celebrate Chinese New Year. In Chinese culture, it's the most important time of the year, rooted in traditions and customs passed down through the ages. The celebration lasts for 15 magical days full of family togetherness, delicious food, and good fortune. Today, Chinese New Year is filled with happiness. But according to legend, it didn't start out that way. A long time ago in China, there was a big, scary, nasty beast named Nian, whose name means ear. He had razor-sharp teeth, giant claws, and a really mean growl. Most of the time he lived in the wilderness, but on the darkest night of the year, when the new moon was in the sky, he would sneak into the village and scare everyone in sight, even the animals. People dreaded the new moon for many years, until a wise man taught them the 3 things Nian was afraid of: loud noises, fire, and the color red. The next time Nian came, the villagers fought back. They hit their drums as loud as they could, lit every firecracker they had, and wore the color red from head to toe. Nian ran far away and never came back. After that, the people started celebrating the new moon instead of fearing it. That celebration became a 15-day festival of family, food, and good fortune called Chinese New Year. Every Chinese New Year is always represented by one of 12 animals in the Chinese zodiac, chosen by the Jade Emperor centuries and centuries ago. According to legend, a long time ago in China, the Jade Emperor held a great race. The first 12 animals to reach his palace would be the winners, and they would each get a year named after them in their honor. During the race, the ox was winning, until he had to cross a rushing river. The rat was right behind him and couldn't swim very well, so the kind ox let the rat ride on his back. As soon as they got to the other side, the rat jumped off and scurried to the finish line to win the race. That's why the first year in the Chinese zodiac calendar is the year of the rat. 11 other animals reached the palace to create the 12-year cycle of the Chinese zodiac. It's said that the animal your birth year is named after can shape your personality and destiny. You might be honest like a dragon or smart like a monkey. When your animal takes its turn in the zodiac cycle, Legend has it that your year will be full of surprises. But no matter which animal you are, everyone is excited to honor these ancient traditions, even in modern New Year celebrations. Today, Chinese New Year brings families together all over the world. In fact, billions of people travel back to their homes and families in China to feast on a delicious reunion dinner with plates and plates of homemade food. Many of the foods like egg rolls, noodles, and shrimp mean something special. Egg rolls symbolize wealth for the coming year because they look like bars of solid gold. Chow mein noodles shouldn't be cut because long noodles symbolize health for a long life. Shrimp symbolizes happiness because the Mandarin words for shrimp and smile sounds very similar. As part of the festivities, lucky red envelopes called hongbao are passed out to children as well as unmarried adults. In Chinese culture, the color red symbolizes luck. In order to receive the red envelopes, well wishes are given to the elders. Thank you, Grandpa. Money is inside each envelope to bring prosperity and good fortune in the coming year. During all 15 days of Chinese New Year, it is a time to reflect on the passing year and celebrate the future. Bright fireworks light up the sky, and huge parades line the streets until the final day of the New Year celebration, the Lantern Festival, when thousands of red lanterns glow in the night to bring good fortune to all. No matter where you live, you can join the festivities, whether it's one reunion dinner with your family or 15 days of celebrating togetherness. Chinese New Year is open to everyone.
Since we are celebrating Chinese New Year, what about showing a clip of a famous song of a movie called The Last Emperor? The movie talks about the life of the last emperor in China called Puyi, and he is the 12th and final ruler of the Qing dynasty.
After the musical piece, we will show a short clip of Puyi, which is interesting since he was the last emperor of China.
It's August 1946. The seemingly unremarkable man testifying at a war crimes tribunal in Tokyo is in fact no ordinary person. His story is one of the most remarkable in history.
本来是这个满洲姓是爱新觉罗，爱新觉罗溥仪。09年的时候，做这个中国的皇帝的这个地位。
Aisin Joro Puyi was born in Beijing in February 1906. He's the nephew of the reigning Qing dynasty emperor of China, Guangxu. The Qings are Manchus from the northeast of China. They've been ruling the vast country since 1644. For nearly 3 years, Puyi lives quietly in this palace in Beijing. His father is the emperor's brother, Zaifeng, but dramatic events sweeping China are about to change little Puyi's life forever. Whilst industrial and political revolutions are spreading worldwide, China retains a feudal society that has existed for over 2,000 years. At the dawn of the 20th century, civil unrest and local conflicts between competing warlords are widespread. The times are ideal for major political upheaval. The Qing rulers remain isolated in their palace in Beijing, the Forbidden City. For the Qings, the palace represents the very center of the civilized world. They'll only venture out to the Summer Palace, a tranquil retreat they've constructed for themselves nearby. Although Guangxu is emperor, the real power is wielded by a remarkable woman, the emperor's aunt, Empress Dowager Cixi. Now in her 70s, Cixi has been at the imperial palaces since the age of 16 and has successively been an imperial concubine, then consort, and finally empress. Over the years, she's gained in power and influence until even Puyi's uncle, the emperor, kneels before her. Her technique is to dominate the reigning emperor from a very young age. First, her own 6-year-old son, then Guangxu from the age of 3. Now in his 30s, he's still childless, and Cixi looks for a new boy emperor to manipulate. When Guangxu falls gravely ill with a mysterious ailment, Cixi issues what will turn out to be her final decree. 2-year-old Puyi is to succeed as emperor and is summoned to her presence in the Forbidden City. Neither his father nor mother is allowed to accompany him. The little boy is terrified by the palace. He would later describe the scene.
There was this eerie curtain before me, and behind it, an extremely ugly and thin face.
The timing is extraordinary. Emperor Guangxu dies the very next day, aged 37. Almost unbelievably, Cixi herself dies only 24 hours later. And just like that, tiny Pu Yi is suddenly Emperor of China.